slip ring induction motor, rotor construction. Slip ring induction motor. Then coming to the concept of slip ring induction motor. Scroll gauge induction motor is over. Okay. Scroll gauge induction motor, rotor construction is over. For stator construction of this scroll gauge and slip ring induction motor almost same. The construction of the slip ring induction motor is exactly similar to the construction of the scroll gauge induction motor. Okay. The construction of the slip ring induction motor is exactly similar to the construction of the scroll gauge induction motor. There is no difference between the squirrel gauge and slip ring induction motor. Okay, there is no lot of difference between construction. Okay, stator construction. Stator construction for slip ring and rotor, slip ring and scroll gauge induction motor is both same. Understood? Stator construction is same, but rotor construction is different. There is no difference between scroll gauge and slip ring induction motor for stator construction. Then coming to the rotor construction of this slip ring induction motor. So your rotor of the slip ring induction motor is also cylindrical or constructed lamination like this. The rotor of the slip ring induction motor is also cylindrical. So like this, cylindrical and constructed of laminations. Okay. Squirrel gauge motors having a rotor with the short circuited bars. Okay. Squirrel gauge induction motor have a rotor with the short circuited bars, whereas slip ring induction motor have wound rotor having 3 windings, each connected in star. Okay. In the squirrel gauge induction motor, there is no windings. Okay. Only conducting bars are used in a squirrel gauge induction motor. Am I right or not? In squirrel gauge induction motor, only bars are used, conducting bars. In squirrel gauge induction motor, these are only conducting bars. There is no winding in this squirrel gauge induction motor, and also these conducting bars are connected with the end rings, short circuited by end rings. But in slip ring induction motor is different. Slip ring induction motor is different. So in the slip ring induction motor is used winding. Okay. So this winding is made by copper wire. Understood? In the squirrel gauge induction motor, the rotor with short circuited bars, whereas slip ring induction motor have wound rotors having 3 windings and is connected in star connection. The winding is on this 3-phase rotor slip ring induction motor, and it's called star connected. Here, the winding of the rotor of this slip ring induction motor is the star connected. Understood? Star connected, and also but in the squirrel gauge induction motor is different. Only bars are used. Okay, the winding is made by copper. Okay, the winding made by copper, same as transformer. So the winding is made by copper. The terminals of the rotor windings are of the slip ring motor are brought out through a slip rings. Okay, the terminals of the rotor winding with the slip ring induction motor and the slip ring induction motor brought out through a slip rings like this. These are called slip rings. So one winding is one phase is connected like this. R phase, for example, this is called R phase. Okay, in this rotor, the winding is connected to star. So R phase, so these are some slots are belongs to R phase. The R phase are connected to the slip ring. Okay, and so similarly, some portion is connected to the Y phase. The Y phase is connected to this slip ring, and the B phase this slip ring. So like this, the winding is connected to the slip rings of the induction motor. Okay, this is called slip ring. So R phase, this is called R phase, this is called Y phase, and this is called B phase. This is the black. Okay, it's called this connected to the R phase, and this is connected to the Y phase, and this is connected to the B phase, like this. Okay, so this is called rotating. So how to give the power supply to the rotor? How to give the power supply to the rotating one? By using brushes. This is rotating part. Okay, this is called a stationary part. How to give the power supply to the stationary part is by using brushes, by using slip rings. By using slip rings and by using brushes, it is possible to give the power supply to the rotor winding. Understood? So that means this. So we have to connect the external resistance to the slip rings. So we have to connect these 3 the phases are connected externally. So slip ring induction motor, the rotor is connected. These 3 terminals are connected to the rotor resistance. Okay, because of high starting torque. So if you want to high starting torque, this R phase, Y phase, B phase are connected some externally, some resistance. Okay, then only the rotor circuit resistance is increases and the rotor torque is this machine torque is increases. Okay, so here the winding is made by copper. The terminals of the rotor winding of the slip ring motors are brought out to the slip rings. These are 3 terminals are brought out to the slip rings, which are connected in this stator stationary brushes. This is called stationary brushes. Okay, stationary brushes. It's called rotating part. The shaft is slip rings are mounted on the shaft. This is called rotor shaft. Understood? This is called rotor core. In this rotor core, the winding is placed like this. This is star connected. The rotor core, the winding is placed in the star connected. So this is called R phase, Y phase, B phase. The R phase connected to one slip ring, and Y phase is also one slip ring, and B phase is also one slip ring. Okay, this is rotating part, and this is called stationary part and rotating part. Okay, so these are the different type of phases, star connected phases. These are connected to the external resistance to get the high starting current. Okay, you can easily understand further classes. Okay, so this is about rotor construction of this slip ring induction motor. Understood? Rotor construction of the slip ring induction motor.